Alright guys, thought I'd make this video. It feels like it's been a long time since I've done a video on the Canon camera. So there's quite a few tips I'm going to share with you today in this video. So I'd recommend making some notes, because all these tips they've changed my life before I started coaching, and I do these habits every day. And the clients that I'm working with, at the moment on the 1-year program, all the programs, they're getting some amazing confidence and success in all areas of their life. So we'll start off by this, right? I thought this when I woke up this morning. A lot of you will like this when you practice it, because this is something you're struggling with, and it's believing and thinking that you've got to be perfect. And there's an obsession obviously today with our culture. It's been going on for a long time, and I used to feel the pressure of it, and I've got really good at it. So people feel like they need to be perfect before they take action. So before you go and see friends, family, or before you go to the gym, or you start a business, or you look for a relationship, or you go out, just the most simplest things. And that's why a lot of men today are struggling with a lot of mental health problems: social anxiety, depression, isolation. People isolate themselves away from people because they feel like they're not good enough, they're not ready, they don't have enough money, they're not in shape, all these things. And look, I can understand the way people feel, because I felt like this many times myself in my personal life. But having gone through that and see the damaging effects, and coming out the other side and feeling so much more confident, I realized that that's not a good approach to life. Because there's a distinction between saying I want to get to the best place I can and then get to a better place. I understand that. But if you go by the pretense that I'm not going to start anything until I'm perfect, you're never going to get started. And you're always going to have that relationship with yourself where you always secretly feel, I'm not good enough, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, people are going to judge me, I'm going to judge myself. And the actual facts is that's not true. You know, on a certain level, everybody's good enough, everybody's equal. And I know a lot of people can have a hard time understanding that. Maybe people will have to go through some challenges in order to get to that point, and go through some more things in life. But I honestly believe that. So basically, start where you are. Start wherever you feel, and get into a good place by moving forward. So I'll give you a concrete example. Everybody has this at some point. Okay, who you are. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel like getting out of bed, and you don't want to face the day. You don't want to go to work. It's not personal. Even with people you love, you don't want to be around people. You don't want to go on social media. You just don't want to get out of bed. You want to go back to sleep. Everybody's felt that. Now, let's say you did that for the rest of your life. You're never going to get out of bed. You're going to be bedbound. That's no way to live. You're going to be in your house. You got no love, no relationships, nothing to give. So in the same sense, you get out of bed. Of course, I have days I don't feel like it. You get out of bed, you breathe, you clean the apartment. A shower always changes how I feel, even if I'm not feeling in the mood. Have a nice shower, some nice shampoo, nice cream. You get out of the shower, put some nice clothes on, put some music on, clean the apartment, leave the house. That alone could change so many lives, save a lot more lives for men that are going through anxiety, depression, mental health, social anxiety, paranoia, isolation, low self-esteem, loneliness, depression. You do that every day and it becomes a habit. It's like being in the army, or just being a soldier. It becomes a routine, and you get better and better the more you do it, and it gets easier. And then you look forward to doing it, because okay, I woke up today, I don't feel good, I feel down, I feel nervous, I feel socially anxious. But you take those precautionary steps, then you feel calm and you feel confident. And I've done this, guys, thousands of times in my videos. You've been watching me over the years, and a lot of the times I do feel like it, but there has been days where I haven't felt like coming on the camera and making the videos. But I put my own selfish feelings aside, and I focus on the bigger picture, which is helping other people, giving them confidence, giving them hope, at least giving them an honest account of my life experience and how I've overcame things, and from the mentors that I've learned from. And I do the videos and I feel great afterward. Even if I don't feel great, someone will write and say, your video saved my life. I got a comment the other day on one of these videos. It was brilliant. No, there's no comments under the video, and someone said, even though there's no comments, this video has helped me so much. And that's what it's about. It's about learning to help yourself so you can also help other people. And I say that to my clients, you know, it's easy to focus on just yourself, and sometimes you've got to do that, and that's totally fine and that's fun. So this whole positive thinking comes from really simple habits. I make my teaching so simple, and I apply it myself. So waking up, getting that habitual habit, cleaning the apartment, if it's already clean, that's a bonus, taking a shower, being grateful, putting some clean pants and socks on, putting a shirt, putting your clothes on, putting some music on, or saying a prayer in the morning, if that is right for you. If it's not, then obviously that's fine. Going out, going for a walk, going to the gym, working on your business, or going to work, having a conversation with someone, picking up the phone, all this accountability. It's the simple stuff that gets the best results. All the flashy, fancy stuff, that's always a short-term fix to a long-term disaster. So these are all the ways in which you build self-confidence. And I can honestly say, guys, you always ask me questions like, how do I make more money? By doing these things, by getting the basics right. Everyday things that all of us human beings need to do. You know, when I go to the gym, I'm always fascinated with people's conversations, and I hear people talk to me. I get talking if I'm in the sauna, the steam room, or working out. And you know, a guy spoke to me the other day, 75 years of age, and he was saying to me, you know, he feels lonely, he's been divorced and doesn't understand how people can be mean. He was saying to me his family can be very mean, they got a lot of money, and he started saying to me what makes him happy is just being a nice person, getting some healthy food, cooking. I just had a nice chat with him. I made the man feel great. You know, he really appreciated me taking the time, and he also made me feel good. So it's little things like this that give you confidence, and when you've got the strength from these little things, it's a lot easier to make money. It's a lot easier to become successful in whatever goal you set out to achieve. It's a lot easier, guys, to ask a woman out and get a relationship. It's a lot easier to approach your family and have nice time with your family and friends, because you've done the groundwork, because you push past that emotion. And all these things come back to what you're telling yourself. I am good enough. I don't need to be perfect, but you know, I don't need to be perfect, but I'm being the best person I can be. And you keep building on that, and eventually you will quieten down that voice that says you're not good enough, people won't like you, you're this, you're that, look what happened to you in the past, you got bullied, all these things that are not true, that inner, it can be very evil at times, that voice. You start to silence that voice, you really do, and then you block it out, or you silence it, you get focused, you start enjoying life more. I saw Tyson Fury, he does these clips, they're brilliant, I understand. I always hope more people will get it, I'm sure they do. He does a little quick video, he says, guys, I'm in the gym today, I just did 12 rounds of sparring. If you're not feeling like it, if you're feeling down, depressed, get up, go to the gym, you'll feel better after. He's 100% right. It's the same for all of us. None of us are too above it. None of us are too better than the next person that we don't need to do these things. These things I'm telling you guys to do and that I teach my clients, I have to do them every day, and I enjoy doing them. I have to do them. If I don't do them, I'm going to suffer with depression, with anxiety as well. So no one is above themselves that they're too proud that they don't need to do these things. It's called living and moving forward. So this is how you move forward, guys, and get past social anxiety. This is how you get out of being depressed and paranoid. This is how you make friends. This is how you make a positive impact. This is how you earn respect from people, by respecting yourself and giving respect to other people, being kind, being a gentleman. This is how a woman or women will respect you, guys, by respecting yourself, by treating them with respect, by being a gentleman. And this is how you become a better man, a stronger man. And I probably don't need to say this to a lot of you are really good people, but just in case, and not being a bully. You know, bullies bully because they're weak. And all these things I'm saying, of course, they all go back to healing from bullying. You know, because when you get bullied when you're younger, most of us have. I can guarantee everybody watching this video right now has been a victim of bullying at some point. I know I was. You get past bullying by outgrowing the bullies, gaining your confidence, overriding what they think about you and not caring because you feel good about yourself. And then it takes time, forgiving them, understanding that everybody makes mistakes. They were going through a lot of pain. They might have been there, you know, at a certain point, they're a good person. They've been a victim of bullying, and people do change over time. Every bully that I've met that bullied me in my past I feel so sorry for them when I've seen them, or we've made friends, or they've changed, or they've realised their ways, they've got children, they've got a family, they're a completely different person, and that really helps you to let go of the anger and resentment or the pain that they've put on you, or the way that you feel about them. And of course, I will do this in another video. I know this is going a bit deeper, but a lot of men are struggling with anger. I went through it because depression, fear, pain, hurt, sadness. This will help you to channel your anger and use it in a positive way, and then you can get past the anger, or you can remove so much anger from your own heart and be a better person. So yeah, these are the simple things that if you master these things like making a YouTube video, it's not that daunting, it's not that scary. Asking a woman out, it's not that bad. Starting a business, doing public speaking. But if you don't do these things and you keep leaving it week in, years, we know what happens, guys. We know the reality, you know. Men take their own life, they commit suicide because it builds up, it mounts up, the pressure, the fear, the anxiety, all those voices that can be evil at times that we all deal with. And I'm not just saying that men deal with it, obviously men and women. I've been through mental health, and when I went through being in a mental hospital, there were men and women that were suffering, and I was suffering. So I have a little bit more of an understanding and education on how bad things can get if you leave these things. And I always say this, honestly guys, I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it. Asking for help is not a weakness, it's an absolute strength. At a certain time, I asked for help. So ask for help if you're struggling and you can't do it, and you've got suicidal thoughts or feelings, or you're really down. Believe me, it could save your life and you'll get into such a better place. And I'll just say it again, right? Because some people, when I say me, some people, they don't believe it. Look at Tyson Fury, look what Tyson Fury done. So you shouldn't feel bad about what you're going through, because Tyson Fury was a multi-millionaire, heavyweight champion of the world. He's about 6'9". He's just under 300 pounds, about 270, 280. He'll tell you himself, and he was going through it. So I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel ashamed about having mental health challenges. Not at all. I turn it into a positive. But obviously, not every man is thinking in the way that Fury's thinking and that I'm thinking, because they're at a certain point. So guys, think about this. If you get yourself out of a dark place and you help yourself out, and I know all of you are good people, you'll do this, you'll be in a position where you can help someone else that will need your help. We all need one another's help at some point. I don't care how strong you are. You know, Floyd Mayweather always says it. He says, I didn't get here on my own. I got here because I had a smart team. I had a great team behind me that believed in me. And it's true. It's not just saying these, it's true. Everyone. No one can do it on their own. I can do it on my own. I had my dad. I had mentors. I had friends. I had Les Brown online. I had friends, a good, lovely girlfriend at a certain point in my life. I couldn't do it on my own. I did a lot on my own. I couldn't do it on my own. And I put pride aside and ego aside, and pride. So I really want to make you guys understand the importance of taking these small, simple steps. And I understand they're not always easy to take when you feel terrified, frightened, you feel on your own, but you're not on your own. You're never on your own when you speak out, because other people will speak out and you go, oh, you feel the same way? Yeah, I feel the same way. Oh man, I thought it was just me. No, I thought it was just me. Oh, it's not just me. Millions of men all around the world right now that are struggling to get out of their bed and out of their house because they're suffering with low confidence, anxiety, and this feeling that I need to be perfect before I show myself to the world. And you don't need to be perfect. You can improve as you go along. So I've said this analogy before. It's a funny story. It doesn't embarrass me anymore, but it was embarrassing at the time. I was skipping in a Fitzroy Lodge amateur boxing gym at the time. My skipping was dreadful. I didn't have to skip. I was trying. I was in the mirror and the trainer came by. I love what he did. He's old school. At the time I didn't like it. Actually upset me. But then I later realized I was so happy that he helped me. And he said to me, you know, what the F are you doing? And I said, I'm skipping. He goes, you look ridiculous. You know, you look absolutely ridiculous. It's not how you skip. And he kind of gave me some tough love, and it hurt my feelings at the time, and I felt quite embarrassed. But if I'd have just got embarrassed, said, oh, he's embarrassed me, just given up, I wouldn't have improved. And I kept going, and I took his advice, and a few months later he wasn't saying that. He went, you know, he looked at me, well done, and I got really good at skipping. But I couldn't say, well, I'm not going to skip until I'm perfect, because I never would have got good at it. So it's the same approach with getting over social anxiety. We can't say, I'm not going to go and socialise with people because I'm not perfect. Because when are you going to do it then? And then your mental health's going to get so bad. Move forward where you're at with who you are and improve as you go along. And we can use that for anything. And I want to simplify this message. That's how you gain confidence. Confidence is not gained by waiting until confidence falls down from the sky, or someone knocks on your door and says, here's a box of confidence from Amazon. Is this yours? Can you sign it? A little joke there, throwing a little joke. Confidence is gained through walking through feelings of insecurity and shame and low confidence, and building as you go along, getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So all of these things, I went a bit all over the place, but you guys love it. You guys will totally understand it, right? And even if you get one point. And the teaching on a practical level is wake up, encourage yourself to get out of bed when you don't feel like it. Take a shower, clean the apartment, put some clean clothes on, listen to some music, get the hell out of the house, go for a walk, see what happens. That'll be a great start, guys. We can build anything from that foundation. But if you don't take those steps and you remain silent, then us human beings, men and women, we're gonna lose the battle and the war against mental health or depression or anxiety, whatever you want to call it, or being beaten by a lack of confidence. All right, so that's how you do it. Like, share, subscribe. I will give you guys dates of the next free Fearless event that I'm doing, which is for men that have got social anxiety, or maybe they've overcome it but they want to gain more confidence, get out of the house, have a nice cup of coffee with nice people, make friends, have conversations, and experience a free 2-hour confidence coaching session from me. It's amazing. I'll let you guys know the dates. Let me know in the box below if you're interested in coming. It's free. Spaces are limited because, as I said, venues are not going to hold more than 15 or 20, and as the months go on, I will figure out how to solve this challenge and get a bigger venue. But for now, I'm happy with keeping the numbers between 10 and 15. I'm going to hold them at the park again because the summer's here, it's lovely. So I'll tell you guys more about the next video, all right? Speak to you guys soon, Fearless.